Welcome into the blockchain basement. Seems some people want us to run longer. I don't know. Maybe we should do a poll.
Maybe we should.
Do we make the show longer? Is the altcoin season canceled?
Oh, no.
Are we heading into a Trump-induced recession for the ages?
Oh,
Is it
no.
over? Should we pack our bags? Unbelievable that I'm hearing this short-sighted calls of endgame. Been doing some research, looking into the larger landscape of the Bitcoin bull market history, kind of what we're looking at right now. Have some generalized change in expectation for where Bitcoin should actually top out. Really, the design looks pretty similar, but there are some pretty interesting nuances that I've noticed this morning in the Bitcoin bull market. What to expect over the course of this year. Welcome all to the show, the Blockchain Basement, with, of course, your boy, the Druth, and then the man on the sticks.
Good morning, everybody.
You were a boy when you came here. Now you're a man.
I was a little tiny boy who knew nothing about crypto, and here I am,
Unbelievable.
grown in the ways of the truth.
You know, I've got a Cali Crypto Dude on Discord, and I cannot find him in our hidden section at all.
And
so
I looked for like 15, 20 minutes, and there's no
it's
Cali
killing
Crypto
me,
Dude there.
though, man.
I mean, it happened with the DC show where it would just like remove random members for no reason. And we couldn't be able to find him.
No, we need to get, because he's got the membership, and he's been the channel member for like 18 months. We got to figure this out.
I know.
We should probably hit up like YouTube directly. But welcome to the show, and I see a lot of new names.
I do too.
Very cool. Crypto over Gold, Flex to North, Tommy Marin, Deucey does crypto. Deucey's up there in Canada. I want Deucey's input on this new Carney fella that they got coming in there. Mr. Mark, Bubba's Crypto, Sack Nasty, John Smack, Mental Wolf TA, Drew Guyver, Diesel, Veteran Crypto. Veteran, I did see your email. I'm going to get back to you. We're going to set up a time for me, you, and TJ to get in discussion here, my man, very, very soon. Coins Chick, Fade and Tradfi, and all the rest here. Justin Zorns, Dank Crypto Sweats. What a bunch of names here. John Boy, Dank Crypto Sweats, though. You know,
All right.
These are the times I feel extra alive. These are the times, the days of our lives. And yes, I'm going to do this, okay?
Pre-workout, baby.
It's not happening until like halfway through the show.
Okay. I'll hold you to it.
But I'm liking the new workout routine. I'm back to pushing heavyweight. It feels good. Ah, man, what a day. So make sure to follow me on Twitter, guys. @Druth Crypto. Here I am. I late shared the Chainlink video. Honestly, like with the immense buying opportunity I see for Chainlink, it's my duty to highlight why I'm a Chainlink maxi, especially right now.
Indeed.
Because the entry point is good. You know, it's something where it's like, if people were asking me, like, should I buy Chainlink at $30? I'm like,
no.
I mean, like, it's good, you know, and I know it's good. But you have to be kind of patient and wait for disgusting low entry points to really kind of get that juicy upside. So now is my time. And if, Daniel Rotera asking how heavy I'm up to repping 265 again. So
Animal, absolute animal.
I mean, it's been a while because I blew out my shoulder. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
It took a while to get back up to that level, but it feels good.
You are banned!
That felt pretty good too.
Who was that?
That was Jose.
All right.
Make another mom joke.
All right. Tommy Marin picked some up at $12. Now, it is not my job to talk people out of their crypto holdings, but I will talk about all the integrations that Chainlink has and how damn sure I am that it is built into the future of this new financial system being built. So that is my job right now because we have great entry points. And honestly, like, some of the scariest things that I saw this morning, it wasn't necessarily the low Bitcoin, low altcoin prices. The biggest thing that scared me was this Ethereum graph. Look at this. Let's accept all. So a lot of the market is turning over. Ethereum is just barely out of the deep red territory. Mm-hmm. And for being the second biggest market cap, that's scary as hell. You know, CZ still prison bound because we're at $125 Solana there. But
that's true.
ADA's coming back pretty good. It's kind of nice. And Caspa off the top rope. So I was so interested, like, is Caspa outshining the rest of the market? The answer is no. No, it is not. We see just a lot of dead cat bounces right now. And this is like, people, even my wife was like, she's out in the crypto market at this point. Like, a lot of people think yes.
Yeah. Interesting.
A lot of people think that we should go, well, fine.
Maybe, you know what? Because the people have spoken.
Right?
Yeah, I guess we should since the people have spoken. But I also want to shout out the BitLab fam for just now joining us.
Yeah. Well, they were on with Sin City Crypto too. And you know what?
What a legend.
And I've seen some people suggesting we should bring J Chains on or something like that. I don't know.
Dude, we should do it.
I don't know.
I mean, come on, why not?
It's my boy. All right, so let's look at this. Make sure to subscribe. 75.6. Subscribe. Join as a member. Support the channel here. Sep Sluts. God, I love this chat so much. Multi-sig dummy is just such an incredible. You know, meme ticks, memetics.
Oh my gosh.
Is it memetics or meme ticks? That's the ultimate question.
It's
here.
meme ticks. It will always be meme ticks. That's how he was brought
It's
up
gotta
to
be
me,
meme
and that's how
ticks.
he was brought up to the
Look
chat.
at his last meme that I stole.
Don't even try it, Truth.
So good, right? So this is going on every single day. Now, here's the Bitcoin market and Bitcoin dominance. Looking kind of scary.
Oh my gosh.
Now, with this, tis but a scratch, honestly, to me. It's either Chainlink or Bitcoin that I'm in for like the vast majority of the bags at any given time. Seeing Chainlink, you know, front and center, talking to Trump and the next treasurer of the United States about the new design of the financial system, I don't feel scared being heavily exposed to Chainlink. But most other altcoins should be pretty intimidated by this. Like the ones that aren't intimidated by this are like XRP is not intimidated by this. Chainlink, not intimidated. You know, I wouldn't even say BNB, not even close. ETH, though. ETH is the one that's the most intimidated by this, I feel like. Bitcoin dominance looking pretty damn strong. And we did talk about it going and flirting and trying to print some solid candles up in this realm before finally rolling over, which is fine by me.
Yeah.
Give me more time to buy cheap crypto.
We had talked about being a little worried about the Bitcoin dominance if we saw it start hitting around 63%. So, I mean, we're still...
No, dude, it could go to 64 and still be within that candle.
Well, I guess,
it could.
That's true. It could.
It could. But this is what we're looking at here. Okay, so let's look at the market at large. So these are fibs of the entire bull market for Bitcoin. Now, your general fib action... You know, usually you have your previous all-time high, you go to the low, you sweep to the next high, right? That's how things in general should be going. But I think it's a little bit different. So I just have a few things to highlight here. So the previous all-time high at 69K, right about there. We go down to 15. We chop for an extra long time in comparison to historical metrics at the previous all-time high here. This is the Bitcoin ETF approved. We scream up and accomplish that all-time high before we were supposed to, ahead of schedule. And then we break to this fib level, and now we get smacked down, and this is where people are calling for the end of times right here, right? Deep correction, sure. Deep correction, for sure. Honestly, that wick and that regathering, I put a meme out last night, and I was like, kind of feel like longing. $76,500 was the price of Bitcoin when I tried to meme us out of our death spiral. And we have since broke back above $80,000, which is not a bad thing. We're at 81.5 right now. And you know what? I'm finally excited to trade our way back up and out of this. Okay, so we have some huge announcements. We're going to be working with Discover Crypto.
Indeed.
On LBank. So we got a link for LBank now.
Top of our description.
Massive announcement for the channel. Also, BTCC, taking great care of the blockchain basement as well. If you want the two main ways to support us, or actually three, become a member, trade on LBank at the link in the description, or trade on BTCC. Support the channel partners that keep our lights on, right? 80% versus 20%, man. We have got to keep this an hour-long show at this point, right?
At this point.
And actually, that's kind of nice for me because I was cutting myself short, trying to keep it within a 45-minute time frame.
Yeah.
Casper performing, top 100 outperforming. Wallet 10 came out for Caspa. Could be playing into why it's bouncing the way it is. Caspa's at like 6 cents, though.
Yeah, it is.
People were freaking out about Caspa at 11 cents. right? So if you believe in Caspa, hell of a discount right there. But here's what I'm looking at. So we bump into this fib level. We then retrace back within this fib by about, what is this, 24%. But that's a hell, I mean, we cut damn near 3/4 of the way through this entire fib, right? Look at the previous cycle. And shout out to Sack Nasty for the inspiration on looking at this. So this is the shorter time spent at the previous all-time highs. You can see our last one that we just went through is much longer than this. And then we outperform through the blue zone. We make it into the red and then pull back. But what happened this time is we only made it to the blue and then pull back. So if I'm looking at this just in terms of diminishing returns, because the larger the market cap gets, the tougher this is to move, right? And yes, we have the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve and all these wonderful things going for us. But I feel as if our top's going to be in this zone right here. I feel, and the reason why we made it about halfway through the red zone in the last bull market. It was a smaller market, easier to move. This market, I think there are some headwinds that are going to come with this economic uncertainty with Trump and all these crazy tariffs. Yeah. He just did another 25%, I think, on Canada this morning. So there's people scared out there. But in general, I feel like Bitcoin's going to land between 175 to 200. That's kind of like the top. I'm not really looking for this top range here between 205 to 240 at this point. And if it does, I mean, sure, great. But as it sits right now, I feel like what we're looking at this, you have the stumble, then you have a exciting moment that has a massive pullback before the real run-up starts. If we zoom in and look at this, this was the stumble. This is the run-up and pullback before the real juice starts. I really feel like we're looking at a larger version of what we experienced here in January and February of 2021.
Indeed.
Which actually lines up with the time frame of the 4-year cycle overlaying as well. So just some food for thought. Food for thought, what if? Kind of looks like it. And shout out to that F guy for dropping 5 gifted memberships.
Hell yeah.
What a badass. Thank you very much for that.
And then also, shout out Big Tip Shark.
You are
Big Tip Shark. Oh. Got it.
Thank you for the membies. I mean, we very much appreciate it. Coins Chick dropped one too down there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we got 6 new membies in here.
Coins Chick dropped one too?
She dropped one too. Every single day.
Man, you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. So looking at this, I do feel like things are expanded, and I feel like this is a larger market cap to move upwards. I'm not really looking for us to perform to the top end, the top echelon, which I previously did think like 6 months ago. I was like, the fib's just going to repeat. Now looking at our current stumble moment and comparing, like you notice we're stumbling in the blue. Before we stumbled in the red, which is actually one level above that. So I'm ticking my level of expectations back just one zone into the top echelon of this purple zone between the 2.618 and the 3.618. But again, it's going to be in the top range of that, in my opinion, between $175,000 to $200,000. So that's kind of what I'm looking at in terms of what's changed in my mind in terms of expectations. Also, probably useful to go look at the Pi Cycle top indicator.
Why not?
We should. Top indicator. Because I just keep hearing, the top's in. It's down only. We lose. Because people are so short-sighted. And that's why the winners in crypto, they're like, how'd you get so easy? It's not easy. Do you see why it's not easy?
Yeah, we're like... we're at like extreme lows, and if you watch the channel, all of our bags are zero.
60% pullbacks, I know. Right? Like 70% on altcoin. Like
sometimes in a day.
Yeah, it's gut wrenching volatility, and it's not easy, right? There's nothing easy about this. Let's see here. So I want to. This is the Pi Cycle top indicator, but I don't really like this layout. Let's go to the other one. Where is this? There's Glassnode. I like the white layout. All right. So Pi Cycle top, it crosses over at pretty much the Pico top of every bull market for Bitcoin. As you can see, historically proven here in, 2013. You got also historically proven in 2017, 2021 right there. And what happens is the purple line will cross over the blue line and then start to create some room afterwards, thus going into a bear market. Let's zoom into where we're at. That is a lot of room for activities. That is a lot of room plenty of room for activities. I do not think the top is in. I've talked about it through the last few weeks. We are simply behind schedule in terms of following the M2 money supply. The M2 money supply is jackknifing to the upside. Plus, there's an immense amount of quantitative easing that's going to happen to, at the very minimum, banking infrastructure to not see hundreds, if not thousands, of banks go under. And if everyone's like, oh, no, Elon and Trump, they're going to let all the banks go under, guys. That's just the way it is.
You are a psychopath.
That's just not what's going to happen. It's just not what's going to happen. So just calm down, okay? Now, here we go. Let's go to the, let's see what the most pain that I'm experiencing on my portfolio is right now. The arena is actually up by 14%. That's crazy.
Oh, God.
Wink, God damn it. Down a lot. I'm down big time on Wink.
Oh, well.
There's a small amount of money that was in it. So that's
It'll go
fine.
back up. We're good.
It'll be fine. I mean, this might go to zero.
It could.
But I'll be fine. I still hold the tokens. But the reason why I'm fine, even if this goes to zero, is because it's like 1% of the portfolio. Not even that. It's like 0.5%. So Plume, I think it's going to be all right, 12 cents. Aerodrome, 50 cents. God, this is back up the truck time on Aerodrome. Holy shit.
Yeah, I know. It was like $1 a couple
50
weeks ago.
cents. Bro.
Aerodrome's one of like my biggest bags. And
This-
I got it like 70.
If anyone doesn't have Aerodrome,
Now's the time. Not financial advice, of course.
NFA, bro.
NFA, dog.
Moonwell's got a lot of work to do here. Ethereum, Jesus, $1,900 Ethereum. Morpho, I've officially round trip Morpho, and I'm still comfortable because I know Morpho is going to be a great, great project this cycle. It's just we're in a major downturn for deep alts, so I bought more naturally. Chainlink at $13, Ondo at 81 cents. Avalanche breaking below $20. That's scary for people. Right? Constellation still at almost 4 cents. Jeez. All right. Well, let's keep moving through the stories. What do we got here? Trump raises aluminum and steel tariffs on Canada to 50%.
Yeah, take that, Canada.
Canada was like, they're like, we're going to shut the electricity down to northern
United States.
Yeah, there's like New York and Maine or something like that.
Yeah.
And now Canada has this new guy coming in, but Trump came out after he put the tariffs out. He's like, we'll take all the tariffs back if you become our 51st state. So turn your prime minister into a governor and we will take the tariffs away. We'll see if they take up that offer. I don't know. But let's learn about this former British prime minister warning Canada about Mark Carney's disastrous impact on the UK economy. Because he's been kind of intertwined into the UK economy before this whole Canada conversation came about.
Yeah.
And where's Pierre Poilievre?
I don't know.
What happened to him?
He gone.
Ducey, is he still in?
Ducey,
Okay.
if you're in the chat, let us know.
Oh, great. Even the British think Canada is retarded now. Let's have a listen to what this gal is saying.
Just wanting to get your thoughts on Mark Carney and your relationship with him while you were Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, and any advice you have to Canadians who think he might make a good Prime Minister.
Well, Mark Carney was Governor of the Bank of England, and under his tenure, too much money was printed, which did damage to the British economy and put our economy off track. He, at the last election, endorsed Rachel Reeves' economic policy. She's now become Chancellor. It's been a disaster for Britain. The country is heading for bankruptcy. So I would strongly recommend not backing Mark Carney or his policies on net zero, which have been disastrous for Britain and would be disastrous for Canada.
Do you trust his judgment overall, outside of ideological considerations?
Well, I believe that he made major mistakes in the management of the Bank of England. He has pushed net zero, which has been a disaster, not just for the UK, but for many countries across the world.
Thanks for your time.
Jesus.
That's crazy.
Okay. So economically, it doesn't sound like he's the best option. And what happened is, so Pierre Poilievre, is he a con? Is he, or I thought the Canadians wanted Pierre Poilievre, right?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
We got a lot of viewers from Canada.
Yeah, Carney's been Trudeau's advisor.
Trudeau's advisor?
Yeah.
Yeah. Carney, we have some back, let me just, I got some specific notes on this guy because this matters a lot. Like, it doesn't seem like, where's their election?
No.
Did they have an election?
I don't think they did. I didn't hear about an election or anything like that.
So Mark Carney, part of the UK government before his roles in Canada, prominent positions in Canada before these. He worked in the private sector, primarily with Goldman Sachs. Oh, yay.
Oh, fun.
Where he held various roles in their London, Tokyo, New York, and Toronto offices. Mr. Worldwide here. From 1988 to 2003, his first significant public sector role came in Canada when he joined the Bank of Canada as a deputy governor in August of 2003. Subsequently, in 2004, he moved to the Department of Finance in Canada as a senior associate deputy minister, a position he held until October 2007. So he held that spot for quite some time before being appointed to the governor of Bank of Canada in February 2008. Carney's involvement in the UK began later when he was appointed the governor of the Bank of England in July of 20. Like, what the fuck is going on here, dude? They're just like, he's going from country to country. A role he took up after leaving his position at the Bank of Canada, the Bank of England is not a government position in the sense of being political office or part of the UK cabinet, is a role within an independent public institution responsible for monetary policy. Thus, Carney did not serve the UK government at any point. No, he just controlled their money spot. That's the separation factor here. It's like, no, he doesn't have any government involvement. He only controlled the central bank.
Yeah, that's not government control.
What are you
talking about, man?
Like, what kind of upside down world are we living in right now?
I don't know. Everything
They just blew by the election, bro. Did they really? Like, that's so crazy, man. Like, what?
Yeah, man.
Oh my! We need to invade Canada.
We should. We ride at dawn. Going to Canada.
Jesus, my God.
Who knows?
Oh, okay.
Recession for Canada inbound.
I mean,
a recession for us as well.
Are we? I mean, look, we lost $1.7 trillion from the U.S. stock market yesterday. A sea of blood. Should we invade Canada?
At this point, why not?
I think that's a question for the chat.
We're just going back and forth with tariffs, but we're winning the tariffs battle.
Invade. Give me a question. Ask the people. Should we invade Canada?
All right.
This is a serious question.
+1s in the chat. Spam 1s in the chat if we invade Canada. +2s if we don't. There you go.
Sufficient of asking if I got out of my AIOZ bag. No, I did not. I don't. I mean, it's a small. Like when I say Chainlink, Aerodrome, Morpho, and Ondo make up, and AVAX make up majority of my bag, I mean it. Like with these other plays, they make up like a percent up to 5% of the whole bag. Like I'm telling you, it's so, AIOZ, I don't even know where I got it like years ago. Who knows if it's up or down? I don't know. I'm just holding it for the long term. Leave Canada alone, eh? We got ones. We got a lot of ones.
I
wonder how many of them would just like join us to recapture the country.
And bring it and restore it to its former glory.
Yeah. I mean, those geesemen, they know how to play some hockey.
They do. That is very true. They're really good at hockey.
And delicious syrup. That's when I saw this whole trade war going off. I was like, where am I going to get my syrup from? What up, Brianna? Did you get a car crash? Brianna got in a car crash. You didn't even tell me.
It's okay. Yeah, I had to drop the tea,
Are you okay? Okay. You're okay? Okay. Wish Brianna well. Okay, people. She got in a car crash. She's still here.
Still thugging it out.
Thugging it out. My God. Well, let's see. Are we going into a recession?
Maybe.
Stocks of Magnificent Seven collectively lost over $830 billion in market value. And this is just the Mag 7. So the pullback on this Mag 7 is actually, it looks like a record. It looks like the largest amount of money lost by the Mag 7 in a singular day.
Jesus.
And this is where the recessionary fears come in, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, this is riding the lightning. People are like getting that whiplash from but the bigger the markets get, the more money that could be lost within a particular day becomes.
Which you saw that clearly with the stock market.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And just think about when Bitcoin's at 150 and it falls down to 120, people are going to lose their minds. Absolutely lose their minds. I think that we will see times like that over the course of this year that will again shake everyone out. Mm-hmm. And, they'll be a little bit terrified. Now, Donald Trump just admitted a recession may be coming this year because of his economic policies. People are calling this a disaster. Let's have a listen to this talk here. There's a lot of concerns.
And I want to ask you about Ukraine and the blow up the other day with Zelensky. Let me stay on the economy for a moment, because there are rising worries about a slowdown. You've got the Atlanta Federal Reserve saying we're going to have a contraction in the first quarter. Look, I know that you inherited a mess, and you said that the other night.
I've only been here,
but are you
I want to go back to something here. Let's listen to this again.
There are rising worries about a slowdown. You've got the Atlanta Federal Reserve saying we're going to have a contraction in the first quarter. Look,
So the Atlanta Federal Reserve calling for that, I think it was like negative 2.7 GDP instead of a positive GDP outlook.
Yeah.
There is some extreme nuance to this, because 53% of the GDP, as we know it, is derived from healthcare and federal workers.
Yep.
Industries. So as we see this massive haircut to those industries, particularly within the federal side, it's expected to see some pain. Let's listen on.
I know that you inherited a mess, and you said that the other night.
I've only been here,
but are you expecting a recession this year?
I hate to predict things like that. There is a period of transition, because what we're doing is very big. We're bringing wealth back to America. That's a big thing. And there are always periods of, it takes a little time. But I think it should be great for us. I mean, I think it should be great. It's going to be great ultimately for the farmer. Don't forget,
So expect some growing pains is basically what I'm hearing from Trump.
Yep.
Cracking a couple eggs to make an omelet. It's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty.
Definitely not.
God, I'm ready for some stick and puck anytime. Let's go. First VR rivalman. My teeth are fake.
We know.
Did you? And it's all from hockey and hockey players.
And fighting.
So, I was fighting a hockey team.
Okay, that's fair.
It's related to the sport hockey. It's part of the sport, Isaac.
I know, that's what makes it great. It's like lacrosse.
And there's a lot of fears about it. But if people think that they're just going to let this, see, the thing is, he's cutting massive amounts of federal and healthcare spending, but then also bringing in AI infrastructure investments at the same time. So it's kind of like this balance. You're going to see the massive fall in one industry. Everyone's going to freak out and lose their minds, and then a rise of another industry. It's going to take time for those changes to happen. So I'm not too worried about it, and I'm not a single issue voter anyways. Don Alt has some great comments about that. I don't even think he likes Trump, but this is a really good comment. Seeing a bunch of people who loved Trump change their minds in the last couple of days. It's funny how people are down to run with anything as long as they're not losing money. The moment they get poorer, they start hating.
Facts.
Me, I want my son to be able to eat candy without red 40 in it again. 100%. So I'm got to make sure, like, that was a big part of it, is like Robert F. Kennedy getting that spot in the Health and Human Services mattered a lot for me. What you got, Isaac?
So speaking on red 40, I got my sister to stop eating stuff with red 40 in it.
Did you?
Like, her favorite candy was like the nerd clusters or whatever.
Yeah,
and their main ingredient to make it like inside the middle of the red was red 40. I told her how it was like made and all that stuff.
It's everywhere.
She's like, I'm never going to eat that again. And I was like, it was a proud moment.
See, if your kids don't eat red 40 a bunch and then they have some, they have like a really bad reaction, like a psychological reaction to it. It's it's poison, and it's illegal to be served in Europe, I think.
It's literally made out of parasitic insects that crushed up and becomes red and gets changed into red food dye.
Yeah. Man, we're split decision on I think an invasion may be a little bit hard. Like, if America invaded Canada, they'd probably be gathering people to join their side through the rural locations.
Yeah.
And then what is this? And when they get the city centers like Montreal, that's where the fighting begins. Ada Warrior with a $5 super chat. Send in the National Guard. The nasty girls would claim Canada in 48 hours. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Now, and me, I'm not a single issue voter.
Of course, not at all.
The system as it was, the medical industrial complex, all of this crap going on. I am aggravated, though, with Kosh and Pam Bondi.
100%.
And I think...
and Cynthia Loomis.
Even if Trump is on that Epstein list, I'd want to know so I could hate Trump, too, for being on the Epstein list.
100%.
I'm not, he's not... married to the idea of Trump.
He's
If
not
on
our
the Epstein list.
savior.
Yeah, he's not a savior. The U.S. dollar index continuing to plunge to a 200-day moving average, now fallen to the lowest level since October. So DXY taking a major dump, Rooney. Kind of interesting to see the DXY and Bitcoin falling in tandem. Very, very different than what we experienced in like 2022, 2023, where basically the DXY would be going up and the Bitcoin price would be going down. Now they're moving down in tandem along with the Wall Street. This is a big haircut across the board here. And, you know, I hear a lot of people like telling me, I had someone hit me up on Twitter, like, you should have been in Wall Street. It's way better there. It's like Wall Street's getting its ass handed to it as well right now. So, yes, we're going to be covering that, Crypto Tony, absolutely. The reintroduction of the Bitcoin bill.
The Edge Fest.
The Edge Fest. I know it is. It feels like an Edge Fest.
This is like the 4th time she's reintroduced the bill.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was actually the next thing. Here's her post. She's for real this time, you guys.
She said last time, the time before that, and the time before that one.
Is it Isaac versus Cynthia Loomis in the octagon coming up?
Yeah, anybody who saw my morning post would understand.
Yeah. Let's have a listen. What is going on here?
You tweeted this morning, big things are coming. Big things are coming every day.
So that's a little extra hyper aggravating for people watching the price go down. And she saw, big things are coming every day. Yay! Just get it done. You know what I mean? Just get it done. 95% of Canadians live within 100 miles of the U.S. border. That is a good note to make because it gets so cold at the top end of Canada.
Everyone's like,
Vast majority of them are on that strip of land right to the north there.
Yeah.
And my family is God, they're like 20 miles from the border. Like we could drive across the border in like 20 minutes, half hour. Big things are coming. Not even no one even got regulation framework yet. Yeah, this is the aggravation. People are getting a little bit aggravated with Cynthia Loomis. Just this is not going to be something that happens overnight. In general, this is a time frame where you step back and you see where the entire system is moving to. And then you buy projects like Bitcoin. Bitcoin, I don't know if it's really, I can call it a project, a crypto mega house like Bitcoin, or things that are more intricately connected into like what banks want to start doing with Chainlink or even XRP. If you must, it's just XRP is already such a high market cap. I don't expect, a 10x from XRP where it sits right now, unless we're talking 15 years from now.
Yeah.
Cynthia Loomis has reintroduced the Bitcoin Act, which would have the U.S. grow in Bitcoin strategic reserve to 1 million Bitcoin. And this is originally the plan. She's just reintroducing it, restarting the conversation here. So honestly, kind of aggravating to see that she's having to reintroduce it rather than just a nice bipartisan movement on the original S4912 bill. But at large, it's basically the same. Mt. Gox further transfers 332 Bitcoin worth $26 million to unlabeled addresses. Small transfers sent to Bitstamp and another address. You know what the interesting about this was?
What?
This came out last night, and Bitcoin price did not giganuke.
Nope.
We
Not
did
at
not
all.
giganuke. Let's go to the daily here, because I want to look at this in terms of where the news release came out. So, God, it happened. Look, I remember when I was looking at this tiny little shelf
Yeah.
as a stopping point. It freaking happened, man. It freaking happened. And I was getting along last night. I needed some sleep, and I
that's
couldn't
fair.
do it.
I was
I
like,
couldn't do
all
it.
night.
You were up all night?
Dude, I got home. I took a nap, and I was up to like 4 a.m. just doing research.
Well, we're putting you to work researching.
Oh, yeah.
Because
there's no problem at all.
That's the goal here, is not to just understand crypto, but also macroeconomics. Because there's all YouTube is full of like these YouTubers that are just like, wow, price is going up, guys. Look at price going up. We're trying to add value. Even my cohort, my colleague on the show must understand macroeconomics.
It's important for your day-to-day life, too.
Yes. But it was interesting. We got the Mt. Gox news, and we did not giganuke back down to this range here. And a lot of people are sitting here waiting around on that $74,000 line to be tapped once again. Now that we've hit this intermediary shelf, this indeed could be a dead cat bounce. I'm wagering that we actually kind of do a number like this. This is what I expect, because this is what the M2 money supply did. I'll draw it. I'll draw what I expect. Blah, blah, blah. That's what I expect. Okay. And I'm going to trade my way out of this all the way on up. That's what I'm going to do. It's just what it is. You know, a lot of people are freaking out. They're thinking that this is the end and it's over. The M2 money supply's jackknifing to the upside 70 days ahead of Bitcoin's price. It's how things work. Don't lie to us with what you're doing all night. Shh. Yeah.
Maybe I was with your mom.
This is a great comment, Champ. People only want to buy green candles when really there's more money in red candles. Based.
Yeah.
That's how you win. You buy red candles on good projects, and that's how you win. V-shaped receipt. Yeah. I mean, in general, that's just what I think. I think we're going to basically follow the M2 money supply. This is what the M2 money supply looks like right now. And it spends like a month playing around at this bottom realm here. And maybe this is hopium that we don't return to this very fast. Mm-hmm. But that's kind of what I'm looking for. We also have a bullish divergence. Bullish div here. Let's pull this up, actually. Where is this? I don't remember
who was highlighting it. Someone posted about it.
Do I have that highlight somewhere?
You might have. It was from Matthew Highland again.
Let's see here. We have Caleb Franzen. Oh, no, Tom Crown. Or not Tom Crown, Crown Crypto. Yeah, so we have lower lows on the daily candles here and higher highs on the RSI. So it is playing out on the daily, which that's a pretty powerful signal right there. Caleb Franzen just reminding people this is every time 2020 that Bitcoin has fallen by 10% or more in a week was followed by a weekly doji candle, trying to form the doji candle for the current weekly candle right now. We'll zoom in on this. Bam, you get the doji candle right here. And these doji candles, the deep little wick at the bottom of them, and they're kind of like it almost like a Darth Maul looking candle. You go in right here. And now where we're at, and there's another one right there. This is where people, again, it's over. We're done for. Shortened cycle theory. Here we are with this current doji candle just playing out once again. So it does look like that's where things are going right now. While retail is giving up, here's what's happening. So retail is the purple line. Large investors are the pink line. And then the price of Bitcoin in black. Now, large investors up and to the right. Retail capitulating, going to work at McDonald's, giving up on their hopes and dreams, while large investors are growing their wallet sizes time after time again. Let's see. JT has some ideas about Carney. WEF, World Economic Forum, clown. Canada does want Pierre. Pierre is conservative, equivalent to Republicans. Interesting. Updates on Trading Bot. The one that I had wasn't able to plug into BTCC or LBank.
Yeah.
So I'm looking around. I actually am trying to work with TJ on his, but then TJ's one that we were testing out, it didn't have like a good return.
No, it did for like a while. And
yeah, it was like incredible for a while.
Yeah, no, it was down like 30%.
So before I implement it for the crowd, I want to make sure that it's got provable returns.
Yep.
So I am the trading robot right now. Maybe I memed us out of that downturn. Maybe. Now, fear and greed index hit the lowest level since 2022. All while the U.S. didn't have a Bitcoin reserve, SEC was trying to kill crypto, and there weren't any Bitcoin spot ETFs in 2022. Absolutely crazy to see the amount of fear and capitulation. The same levels that we had when we didn't have ETFs going, we didn't have any talks about a reserve, and we had the SEC actively trying to behead monetarily every single crypto project in the United States. So very different time frame context, but the same levels of fear. And me, I got in a little bit of trouble with my wife. She saw how much money I've been spending on crypto. She opened up the account.
Oh God!
Listen,
I don't. No one can blame you for buying.
She's gonna love me even more in 8-9 months from now. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be huge.
Then you could do all the refurbishing of the house.
Oh, she's got so many plans. She's got so many plans. I think I'm actually talking the moms eventually. She's going to hear this. My goal is to buy a property with 2 houses that are at least a few hundred feet from each other, and then a nice lake in between us.
Nice.
Right?
Could you build a lake by yourself, Drew?
No, I mean, it's kind of, I could build a lake by myself, but I'd rather buy a lake already there. Me and Aaron are, what are we, conspiring? Me and Aaron.
With chicken production. So we're going to be growing out that, that chicken flock. Keyword 8 to 9 months. You know, it is what it is. She's short-term pain, long-term gain, right? Fidelity also is planning to add staking for its Ethereum ETF. I think we have to wait on this staking application to go through and be approved for Ethereum ETFs to really see Ethereum jackknife back to previous all-time highs.
Considering it's under $2,000.
Ethereum's got a long way to go, but honestly, once we see this ETF go with staking, Wall Street's going to go berserk for it. So we sit here like making fun of Ethereum because it's losing a little bit of juice. There's other reasons to make fun of Ethereum, and it's this. It's this. Vitalik Buterin.
Oh,
we got to watch this. This is what Vitalik is doing as he breaks down to $1,900 a token. Get this man off stage.
Who let that communist sing?
Oh my God. Like, get into the dev cave,
Work
man.
on your project, you bastard. We're losing money.
I mean, just the bodily movements of this guy. Look at this. I can't even listen to this. Look at this. Just stop it. Vitalik, what are you doing? There's plenty of reasons to make fun of Ethereum. Not for the technological advancements of it. But what the fuck? And also this. A whale that had a massive amount of loans through. Let's just read a little bit about this. This is absolutely crazy. Ethereum dropped below $1,800. This whale's 67,000 Ethereum was liquidated. Despite depositing 2,000 Ethereum for $3 million additional and repaying 1.5 million stable coins to lower the liquidation price to $1,836, the price still dipped below his threshold, liquidated. Man, that is absolute brutality. Could you imagine being degenerate enough to lose $121 million in Ethereum on a leveraged loan? Right?
I know, he's somewhere in a basement just drinking his sorrows away.
We're sitting here complaining about our losses. Just think. There's someone out there that lost over $1/10 billion.
All because someone wants to dance and sing on a Chinese dance show.
Oh, my God. Oh, here's from J-Chains.
Legend.
Van Eck filed for AVAX ETF. The more altcoins that get ETFs, the closer we get to crypto index funds. And this is something I feel very strongly about, and I agree with my wife, that crypto index funds are going to be very, very powerful baskets of investments that people are going to be getting into in droves because they want the upside of the altcoins, but they want less risk that a particular altcoin that they choose presents. So instead, they find access to the baskets of these altcoins here or index funds. Just think S&P 500 for crypto. That's where trillions of dollars sit waiting. Right now, 70% of TradFi trades through index funds. Imagine what happens when crypto becomes the next asset class on Wall Street's menu. You're early. Stop overthinking. Keep stacking and let institutions pump our bags. Very, very based comments there. And I really like the approach of really understanding how TradFi views these index baskets, right? Especially when we're talking about altcoins. That's going to be more preferred by, kind of Wall Street investors here. So Coinbase also resumed service in India after securing regulatory approval from the FIU. India, loaded thing. Delicious food, dangerous if you get it from the wrong place. Okay.
Facts.
I mean, sometimes if you're getting Indian food on the streets of India, you're in danger.
Okay. There is not very good sanitary work. But then I go down the street. I found another Indian restaurant down here. This like super good chef. He made spicy curry with garlic naan and chicken. Oh my God. It was absolutely delicious. So turmeric, highly recommended for your heart. So you don't explode from a heart attack looking at crypto markets.
Yep.
Okay. Turmeric is great for the blood. Turmeric is great for the blood. It looks like Bubble Map's token is live.
Interesting.
I guess we're going to go into Deck Screener now.
Take a look.
Let's go in here. Let's pop on over to Deck Screener. May as well. Why is this always pre-populating the Costco hot dog?
I don't know, man. Might as well look at it for the culture.
Indian food causes doo-doo diseases.
Nice.
I mean, that's
Depends where
highly
you get
likely if you're getting it off the streets.
Especially if it's spicy.
Well, you know.
Ass blaster. The Costco hot dogs.
But there's a theory that I have. If I am eating food that is starting my insides on fire, then disease has a harder time existing there. That's just my general thought. Probably dead wrong about that. It seemed to be working for me so far. Let's see here. So we got the Bubble Maps token out today. This is probably going to go as well as Arkham, which is not great. It's a utility coin. Token is mintable. What is this? That's not good.
No.
What are they doing?
Look at the liquidity. Not locked. 0% of it's locked from what that looks
And it's like 1/23 of the entire market cap, too. Jesus. Okay. Bubble Maps. Useful tool.
Terrible coin.
Not great. Okay. I'm not interested in buying that. Yeah, see, people agree. KJM knows turmeric is very good for your heart. Think about the Sherpas, man.
Exactly.
They're out there like carrying your shit up Everest, and they're like doing fine while us Western, we don't need turmeric. I think turmeric is kind of like the secret ingredient for oxygen in the blood. Now, I like this post from Austin King. Every cycle, some projects flatline to zero. However, others rise from the ashes and define the entire next cycle. What causes this massive difference? If you're a builder, the first serious downturn, here's what previous winners have done that you should know. And this is important for us. We're snooping around for good altcoin projects. We're taking the developer standpoint on this to understand how they're going to react in this massive downturn of the markets. There are three paths that companies in crypto take during a bear market. Death by atrophy, survive, or thrive. We'll walk you through these strategies progressively. First, most important rule in the industry is to survive. If you survive long enough, the chances are you can ride the macro wave of crypto consuming the global financial system. Just don't die, okay? And take this advice if you're trading out there as well. Mm-hmm. The goal is to not die, okay? The goal is to not die, to protect. Use stop losses, all right? Use all the confluence levels you can. And don't go in there with your whole damn bag. God.
Jesus.
For an industry where cash flows so freely, many companies manage their finances terribly. Simple question, do you have over 18 months of runway right now? Okay, if the answer is no, then you need to lay people off, full stop. How can I say that so confidently? Because the one huge mistake that a lot of first-time founders make is they only think about, can we survive? But they don't ask themselves, what story will I be able to pitch to VCs at the end of this? You can't come up with a bear looking desperate. This is the worst outcome. The market starts to turn around. Some days the market will randomly spike by 5, 10% or more, and your team starts to see the light at the end of the tunnel. As a founder, you need to pull in more capital, and now is the time you start pitching to VCs. If you don't see your project actively getting set up with venture capital investments or massive partnerships and things, the lights go off and they stop tweeting, they stop talking about different integrations, they stop talking about different advancements, you got to be worried. Drew, you were trading with your whole bag for quite a while. What are you talking about? No, Chris, I was not. Even though I was full clip in the trade, that's, it makes up like up to 1% of the bag at a single time. And that's like at max. So some people saw me clip like $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 into a singular trade. It's still, it's small. It's very, very small. I'm not that would be like, That's where people need to understand is like buying a massive amount of spot holdings over multiple cycles and then going out there and playing with the new 1% or a few $1,000 that you came up with. That's completely different. And yes, absolutely. Not a problem for clarifying. It's an important clarification to make, right? Because people will see me go all the way to the top of that and they'll be like, he's sending his whole bag in.
Why can't I do that?
Why shouldn't I? No, I don't keep the whole vast majority of my crypto. I think like 98% of it is in cold storage. Okay. OPSEC is key. And I'll keep your cold storage on an Arculus card here. You know, we got a link down in the description. Base 10 is the code. We're selling these things like hotcakes. They're very easy to use.
Very simple to use.
And you can add, people are asking if you can add custom tokens. I went through it yesterday. You scroll all the way to the bottom, add manage assets, and then add your custom token. So if you're not seeing your projects that you're in love with over the last few months or years out there actively continuing to build regardless of the noise, and they're now like keeping their head low and hoping that no one notices that they're not saying anything, that's not a good sign, right? You need to see continual building. Turmeric is also supposed to prevent DNA damage. Damn.
Interesting. I think I'm going to need to get some more turmeric.
See, am I on the right path here just by accident?
By accident? Nah, that was on purpose.
Well, I have like, he was like a pseudo uncle. He was almost an uncle to me. And it's a huge Nepalese family.
Yeah.
And they used to make tons of turmeric chicken and curry. Love that stuff. So I just decided, like, there was a point in my life where it was like half of what I ate, and I still eat it as much as possible. Let's see. Am I muted?
Nope, you're not muted.
Okay. Yeah. So turmeric, very important. I also had some Hmong friends that they would be cutting up a cow into pieces in their garage with me, and we'd drink 40s, and then we would make sticky rice, and then make like steak sushi kind of stuff with it. So,
sounds so good.
Here's a Morpho deep dive, and look, we have time to do it.
Yes, we do have
time to do it. This is an hour-long show
by yours truly,
Mr. Isaac. Here's the deep dive into Morpho token unlocks and TVL and more. Here's the current TVL and TVL versus price. Okay, so there it is. I'll let you know if I disagree with you at any point during this deep dive, Mr. Isaac.
Have at it. I'm open to it.
So we have a nice discrepancy in price to TVL there. That's good looking. Token price 153. Not anymore. $1.20.
Yeah.
Fully diluted valuation 1.5 billion. 24 token volume. 11 mil borrowed, 1.8 billion. Just a small $1.8 billion borrowed on the network.
Very small.
Fees annualized around 20 mil. Token raised 68 mil. Token liquidity. So, I mean, honestly, these are pretty damn strong numbers.
Yeah.
Just in general. Undervalued when you look at TVL versus market cap, very much so. Look at that minuscule market cap compared to TVL. Jesus.
Insane. The jaw dropped.
And not to mention, all right, so let's keep going through this. Here's the development activity and how many developers are working. 171 changes to their code weekly and 185 monthly shows how active they are in keeping up with their developments, being the main lending protocol for Coinbase. I think something beyond all the current metrics that we have right now is acknowledging that Coinbase has chosen Morpho to be the spot where they are making it easy for investors to take loans out in USDC off of their Bitcoin while still holding their Bitcoin. I know, and I feel very strongly about this, that a lot of people are going to take advantage of it. So that's where Morpho being chosen for this activity makes me just insanely bullish on the project, regardless of the price, and could go down even further from where it is right now. And I would still feel comfortable holding this thing because Coinbase has chosen it to be the kind of landing spot for these loans.
I want to point something out real quick.
What's that?
Chris said the TVL is currently at $0 for Morpho. It's because me and Drew were talking about this because I had the same question for Drew. It's because their data hasn't on DeFi Llama hasn't been fully updated yet.
You'll see.
So,
DeFi
you'll
Llama,
see it go back up.
DeFi Llama will show data go to 0, and then it's just waiting for the API to update, and then you get all of it. And they show it on their direct Morpho website. Here the addresses tokenized supply vaults directly from Morpho's website, so they get pretty transparent when it comes to showing those vaults. Main Morpho lock supply wall is over $1.3 billion worth, and mainly they're wrapped Ethereum, wrapped Bitcoin, Coinbase wrapped Bitcoin, and the standard wrapped Bitcoin. a Morpho distribution investing pie chart. And this is getting closer to their vested unlock schedule over the next couple of years up to 2028. The founders all split 15% of the supply. If there aren't more unlocks for these VCs to look forward to, there is no reason for them to continue pumping the price.
Yeah.
They want to get the unlocks and release and be able to sell into a bullish environment. So you have to keep that in mind. Morpho circulating supply evolution. Circulating supply over time is subject to change as Morpho DAO tokens make the future decisions on the use of reserves and rate distributions. So that's something you got to keep an eye on of it. As it sits right now, here's just the general token unlock process. Looks like it's going to start heating up about April, May of this year. And really start getting hot after. This is kind of crazy. This is why, one of those things where I'm holding this through the year and then I'm unleashing what I have, good or bad, at the end of the year. Because then the releases start to get pretty serious for a sustained amount of time. In general, let's see here. Where did you get to their final here? We have all this. We have the vesting. There's still outlooks for these VCs to get their tokens unlocked. So we get that. Let's go to Coin Perspective here.
Oh, I did post a Coin Perspective on mine.
You did?
Too, yeah.
It's
separate from the...
Separate from that one?
Yeah, I meant to post it, but I didn't.
Let's go. Where's it at? God, you post a lot.
It's a little farther down.
All right, let's go here. God, this is ridiculous. Merge my entire net worth rapidly getting evaporated. Jesus. Let's see here. There's, oh my God. Dude. Unhinged. All right, so here you go. Forgot to mention the price prediction for Morpho. So here's the three different scenarios: the bearish case, the bullish case, and the peak top. Bearish case is $20 or 16x. You're thinking the bearish case comes in about $5 billion?
Yep.
What you thinking?
Yeah.
And then bullish case at what market cap? A $10 billion market cap. So bearish at 5, bullish at 10.
Yeah.
Okay. And then peak top, 20 bill.
So just it could go higher. These are just like my little conservative takes
Yeah.
for it. And this is after over the next 8 months, or I think it's 6 to 8 months. They have $163 million, 0.6% of their supply being released in their token unlocks. So that's with that in play.
I mean, more so like the main one I'd be watching. I think 10 billion has kind of been my target.
Yeah.
I'm kind of in the middle of the road on your peak to bearish expectations for this.
Fair enough.
Like in general, where we're building the bags at right now is like $1, right? I didn't tell anyone I was buying until, or it was like $1.20 when I originally bought, and I just bought some more. So like in general, people just know I've been building a bag within $1. I mean, I think the bearish can get worse than this.
Like, what do you say around?
It could go down to just like $1 billion blow off top.
Yeah.
And very blue balled $5 or $6 price token. But that's still like what? Like it's 3x from where we're at right now, maybe even more.
Yeah.
But in general, I feel like 10 billion is actually a pretty reasonable target for this because it is the chosen one for Coinbase is lending off of Bitcoin. So in a generally bullish environment where we see Bitcoin accomplish what I think it's going to accomplish, the kind of a second to top echelon here, this range is where I'd actually be expecting to see Morpho accomplish that $10 billion market cap level. Slowly but surely, I'm warming people up to Morpho. I mean, it's not, I don't feel like it's my job to warm you up to Morpho. I just see Coinbase chose it as its golden child. I saw the DOJ get Binance out of the way to make way for Coinbase. Now Coinbase is custodying like one of the biggest bags of Bitcoin on the planet.
Yeah.
So it's not my fault the sun exists. I'm just talking about the sun's up there and it's red and it's hot. You know,
we want it. We want more.
Pretty good analysis, though, Mr. Isaac.
Thank you, good sir.
We should do that more often.
We should.
We should do that more often.
It was fun. It deepened my knowledge of Morpho.
Yeah,
and I had fun doing the research. So
absolutely, I like it a lot. Apparently, the hack or the attack on X yesterday, Elon says that there's Ukrainian traces. But then there's also this like Darkstorm group, Darkstorm team, which is reportedly based out of Russia.
Interesting.
So Is it Russians? Is it Ukrainians? Right? That's
Who knows? They said the IP addresses were Ukrainians.
IP addresses were Ukrainian, but that doesn't mean that a Russian couldn't be inside Ukraine doing it.
That's correct.
Right? That doesn't mean that. Really, I think Elon Musk is pissing everyone off. So it's really hard to, because remember, he pulled the rug on Starlink off of Russian forces.
Yeah.
Gave it to Ukraine during the fight. Right?
You did do that.
But then now he's calling out all of the money laundering that's been going to Ukraine as well, and helping that money spigot turn off. If we don't get QE until late this year, are we thinking we get an extended cycle? Actually, I think when we see the application of Swift and Chainlink, when we see, honestly, XRP and Ripple, when we see Bitcoin, dude, it kind of does feel like a little bit of an extended cycle.
Yeah.
It does. It really does. I'm still planning to sell at the end of the year for my own personal financial goals. But, this time is different, bro.
It is.
I hate saying that, but it really is.
You began seeing it when we got that early top for Bitcoin earlier this year.
It's just the designs change.
Last year, yeah.
The designs change. I have to say it for as I see it. Also, this is bullshit. Retard finder found one. Pam Bondi. Where the hell's the Epstein list, Pam?
Release it now.
Damn it. Unbelievable. It's so aggravating. This is crazy. InfoWars reporter Jamie White was murdered in Austin, Texas. We got to listen to this. This is crazy. I met him. I believe I met him at their office.
Mm-hmm. I'm Sally Hernandez. Police on the scene in East Austin at Douglas Street and Old Torf Street. A 911 call came in just before midnight last night. Barrett Tryon has been there for us within the last few hours to figure out exactly what police are saying from that investigation. Good morning.
Police really releasing few details about what happened overnight, but this is what we do know right now. Police say they actually found the victim here in the parking lot of this apartment complex. EMS ended up taking that man to the hospital where he later died. Right now, police will not say exactly if he was shot or stabbed, only saying that he had obvious trauma. Homicide detectives still on scene, as I mentioned this morning, collecting evidence. We've seen also a lot of activity in a second floor apartment where they've been taking evidence bags out. Right now, police say they do not have any information about a suspect, and they're asking if you know something about that to contact them. You can also remain anonymous using Crime Stoppers.
Absolutely terrible.
Yeah, that's sad.
Absolutely terrible. Like, prayers go out for Jamie and his family and the Alex Jones team, because that was horrible to find out. Do you think he was taken out by an assassin?
It was possibly targeted. Either way, it's still sad.
No. Very, very ugly. Very ugly. And just some further details on the massive ugliness going on in Syria. Barack Obama, Operation Timber Sycamore, classified program run by the United States Central Intelligence Agency, or the CIA, initiated in 2012 or 2013 during the Obama administration with the goal of supporting rebel forces in the Syrian civil war to overthrow Bashar al-Assad. It involves supplying money, weapons, and training to various Syrian opposition groups, often described as moderate rebels. Though the definition of moderate became contentious over time, the operation was one of the CIA's largest covert efforts since the Cold War, with an annual cost estimated at over $1 billion of our own tax money.
Oh, nice.
To get Assad out of the way so that a Christian genocide can take place a decade later.
Oh, interesting.
We paid for this chaos, and it must stop. We must stop this. This is absolutely insane. And with what Elon and Trump is doing, yes, it's painful, but I'm not a single issue voter. And I think that we needed this cleansing of this fraud and of this absolute debauchery on humankind. It needed to come to an end. So I hope you guys are able to weather this storm. We are in the storm, which is the great change, the realization, the revealing, the revelation. It is happening right now. Appreciate every single one of you out in the chat, especially a lot of new names.
Yeah,
glad
a lot
to
of
see
new
you guys.
faces.
Crypto Tony, Daniel Rentara, Steve Crypto, First VA Rofferman, Stacy Lewis, Eridros, Fade and Tradfi, Papa Guth, and Fluffy the Sheep, Brian Wild, and Meanless, aka Banana Republic. I know who you are. K-Jam. Appreciate every single one of you out there in the chat. Share this out with the stream. Share this stream out with the world. Get us out there.
Retweet on X if you're out on X.
That's right. That's right. And we should pick one token to deep dive every single show.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know down in the comments which token, after this is done, let us know down in the comments which token you want us to deep dive into next. To look at the tokenomics, look at the narrative connection, how much juice does this thing actually have, and if they're actively building. So let us know what we should deep dive into next, and I'll see you on the next one. Truth out.